Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. This channel is called Blacks and Dementia, or Dementia and Blacks, for a good reason. We're going to be focusing almost exclusively on the Black brain. Now, I didn't say African American, I didn't say colored, I didn't say Negro. I said the Black brain, Black people's brain, whether you're, obviously most Black, or every African or every person of African origin, African descent came from, guess where? Africa. And so we have genetic similarities, possibly even cultural similarities that go far, far, far way back. And so we'll be pointing to these good, perfect examples that we know how to dance. We have a lot more rhythm, a lot more than white people do. But jokes aside, we decided to start this channel because there are unique differences that make us more prone to having dementia. Now, in the US, our risk is twice as high. In the UK, United Kingdom, our risk is 4 times as high. So the other day, I was watching an interview between a Black neurosurgeon and a Black journalist, and they talked about a lot of different topics. And then they came on the topic of why Blacks have a higher risk of dementia than white people do. And the journalist went ahead and asked that question. And obviously I stopped everything I was doing and I leaned closely, expecting to hear some real gems. And after a pause, the neurosurgeon just took a big sigh and he says, "We don't know." And then the journalist said, "Okay." And they continued with their discussion. They went on to another topic. And in my mind, I was like, wait, what? Here you have someone who is at the top of the food chain, an extremely smart individual who is Black, and he has nothing to say about why Blacks have a higher risk. The disease that is ravaging and destroying lives all over the country and around the world, and Blacks are being more badly hit than whites are, and he has nothing to say. I couldn't believe it. It's like, who did this to us? Why? Because you know that if the shoe had been on the other foot, if the roles had been reversed, if they were both white journalists and dementia was something that affected whites more than Blacks, you and I know that they would not leave that journalist would not have let that conversation go that way. They would have pressed in, they would have dug in a little deeper to find out exactly why. They would have pressed that neurosurgeon to answer the question. But it seems like we just accepted that this is how things are, and we're just going to live with it. We're not going to do anything major. Well, I just can't accept that, especially because I come from a country that has the most number of Black people on the planet. And believe it or not, we're beginning to grow older in that country. The average lifespan was about 53, 54 years. Now it's creeping higher and higher to 60, which means a lot more people are reaching the age of 80 and beyond. Which means dementia being a problem primarily of old age, which means we're going to be seeing a lot more cases like that, which means Black people are going to be more badly hit, especially in my country. So we've got to find out why. We can't just talk about genes. We certainly just can't talk about social injustice or racial disparities in healthcare, although those are factors. Those are a big, terrible history where that is concerned. And yes, those are contributing factors, but they are not the only reasons. Because like places in Nigeria, there is no racism. There's tribalism, there's there are religious conflicts, there are interclan wars, but racism, because we're all the same race, we're all Black. So we don't really see that. What are the other reasons? We need to find out what these other reasons are. And I've been spending a lot of time really digging into this. Studying, researching, talking with other experts in the field. And we found out is that there are several pieces to the puzzle. And once we begin to put those pieces together, we'll be able to create a more perfect picture of what is really going on. So there are your genetic factors, there are lifestyle factors, there are dietary factors, there are cultural factors, obviously there are economic factors as well. And we're going to be we're going to be unpacking each of these in the videos to come. Some I'll be doing on my own, others I'll be doing with other experts in the field. And when I say experts, I'm not just talking about intellectual, educational experts, as in doctors, healthcare professionals. I'll also be talking with caregivers because they're experts in their own right. We'll also be talking with nurses. We'll also be talking with stakeholders in the field. We'll be talking about people who take care of retirement homes, special care centers. We're talking to all those different people. So we can, like I said, bring all those different pieces of the puzzle together in one so that we can give you a complete picture. And the bottom line is so that you will know what to do to take control of your health. Usually you start, so really what we're finding out is that the problems start a lot earlier in life, especially in your midlife, 40s and beyond. Those are when those cracks begin to happen and those cracks begin to widen. To be more specific, really, the brain problems begin to happen in your 20s. It's just that your reparative powers, your compensatory mechanisms work a lot better, and so they're able to cover those things so you don't notice them. But once those shields, those defenses begin to drop, those and the weaknesses begin to show more obviously, starting from your 40s, then you'll begin. That's really when dementia, the quote unquote death march begins. So, like I said, stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe, share this video, give it a thumbs up. Whatever other YouTubey things you have to do to make sure that this is spread around. I don't see anybody else is doing it, and so we want to really want to make a difference and really use this to support our community. So take care and be sure to tune in for the next video. God bless. Bye.